Well, good morning. Here we are with the final part of the Aria Pro 2 Dragon Strat. Got some good news, it's complete, it's all done. It wasn't without problems and it's not without some slight issues, but I've got it all set up, I've got it all fixed up, I've got it all playable. It's as good as it's going to get right now, so I'm going to show you the guitar and then we're going to recap what we've done. There it is, all done. I've not put the back on yet, I'm going to put the back on in a minute, but the last thing to do. What have we done to this guitar? Well, on rebuilding it yesterday there were quite a few issues. These tuners, inside there you've got a spring loader, this screws off and it moves a pivot up and down to lock the string in the top bit. Now this one, we all got a circlip inside that sits inside the housing there. Circlip on this one will come out. Now luckily I've got some circlip pliers so I could get it back in, so we've fixed that. The string trees, I've had to re-drill the holes out, refill them and drill them again because they were really loose, so they're all fixed. Tuners are all tightened up and checked. The nuts absolutely fine, luckily. We had a complete fret polish, well it's had a setup so it would do, so it's had that. The neck, the screws weren't biting into the neck, so we had to fill some holes in the neck to get them to bite properly. That's all now done and set properly. Obviously I've done the electrics, I've done the pickup height, that's all been done and all checked. The biggest problem with this was the bridge and saddles, because I've moved the bridge from right up to this edge here of the pick guard, and I had to fill the holes and re-drill holes and move it 5mm back. Now in doing that I also had to route the body under here. I have to get it all set at the back and all cleaned up at the back. We know about the bad routing under these pickups, which I didn't do, it was already done, and the bad routing at the back there, but the tremolo is all floating nicely, it goes forwards and backwards. Now I wasn't going to leave it floating, I was going to have it clamped, tightened down to the body itself, but I didn't do that, and there's a reason I didn't do that, and the reason is this saddle here, the threaded screws inside the saddle that are just a height up and down, one of them is absolutely stuck. It will not move, it's seized. I've had heat on there, I've had pliers on there trying to move it, I can't move it. So what I've had to do is I've had to raise the bridge to bring the height of the strings up high enough to get off the fretboard there. So we've left it floating anyway. The other saddles are all fine, I could move them all. Now I've done a best case scenario here where the strings are a tiny bit lower than I would like it, but all the strings are arched correctly above the fretboard there, so it plays absolutely brilliant. It sounds good, it's in tune, the intonation is absolutely bang on. That means when we got to play a harmonic or a note at the 12th fret, it absolutely ties in with a note played open. Now when this bridge was in the wrong place, we had no more adjustment, we couldn't get the string length long enough to make the intonation right. This is why we had to move the bridge, so that's now been done. So the guitar looks absolutely bang on, plays absolutely great. I would suggest to the owner, yeah, but lets me drill out this screw here, I would actually suggest buying one new saddle and let's replace it, because if I try and drill it out I could absolutely knacker it. I would recommend replacing that. I'm going to talk to him about it when he gets here, and I'll be here in a bit, picking the guitar up this morning. So there you go, I've done the best I could do with that. It plays. Oh, one more thing I did as well. The original springs in there were all dark black and all rusty. I've replaced them with silver springs that I had in stock. I've not charged for them. There's a few things. There's a lot I've not charged for on this guitar. I've knocked him off a lot of labour costs because I've done a lot of hours on this. It's had probably 2-3 hours on this, which I've not charged for. So all in all, the guitar plays beautiful and it looks fine. So that's it. I'm going to put the back on now. The owner's going to come and collect it in the next time we're at. In about an hour's time, Carlos will be back to collect it. I'm hoping he's going to be pleased with it. It's had a complete setup. basically a complete strip and rebuild. You know what that entails. I've also cleaned all the pots inside. The oil switch cleaner squirted in there, so is the switch, so there's no crackle anywhere. The coil split on this pickup. In the down position, I think it's humbucker. That way it's humbucker, that way single coil. It's just a single coil. It sounds absolutely beautiful. It's really, really nice. So, all done. Complete strip and rebuild from the bottom up. Some modifications on there. If you think the bridge looks skew width, you're absolutely right. It does look skew width. But the reason for that is the bridge is actually straight. I've measured this with calipers and everything. The reason it looks skew width is the pick guard. It's cut wrong. This line down here is cut slightly that way. It's not perfectly vertical. So it gives you the illusion that it's all skew width. It's not. So I'm hoping, you know, I'm sure the owner's going to be really, really pleased with this. I'm pleased with it. I'm pleased with the work I've done. Been a bit of a long haul, been a bit of a bind in places, but that's the nature of the job. It's the way it goes. So, like I say, 3 springs, all set up, floating nice, all intoned. The intonation's right, the tuning's right, neck's nice and straight, plays beautiful. So that's it. So until the next project, this is the Aria Pro 2. I don't know, but it's a PE-160, the model number. It's commonly known as a Dragon Strat. Value, I've no idea. I've seen them on eBay for $1,000. What we go for, I don't know. I'd imagine, in good condition, maybe you'll fetch 400 quid with one of these. I've got no idea. What's this worth? I've got no idea. Maybe to someone 250, 300 quid. I don't know. We might fetch 500. I've got absolutely no idea. I'm not really bothered about monetary value. But all in all, a nice looking and interesting and a very playable and a good sounding guitar. So until the next project, I'll sign off. It's Victor Christian from Christian Guitars. Remember, I've got a new website, fretfriend.net, which I'm going to be pushing a bit. Christian Guitars has gone a bit into the background because I've given up the domain name, so I'm going to be pushing fretfriend.net, all one word, fretfriend.net. I'll be pushing that website soon. You know, it's more in line with what I do anyway. Floyds and frets are my specialties, but saying that, there's nothing I don't do. So if you ever want any work done, give me a shout. Check me out on fretfriend.net. Go to Facebook, check my website on there, which is www.facebook.com ng, letters ng, 17 typed out, NGONESEVEN. Check me out. Till the next time, be good, and I'll talk to you soon.